What's up, Lucky Gamers? It's Lucky Lux, and today we're going to be talking about some new characters. This is a spoiler alert on this story for those of you who have not gotten to that point. So just, go ahead and click off the video. I'm not trying to spoil anything for anybody. But there are two new characters that I saw in the story, and I do want to talk about them because there is somebody who, one of them I thought we were going to have on a banner extra, but we didn't. Anyways, if you like the video, go ahead and like the video, comment down below and see what you think about these two new characters, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you appreciate what I'm doing and you love the content. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop into the video. Okay, so those of you who've been grinding out this story and the new chapter that they added with Momoi and Midori, you would have noticed that you see Aris and Yuzu, two new units that have just popped up. I really did think that Aris was going to be the banner that Izuna ended up being. So that was kind of new to me, but she's going to be a mystic damage dealer. And then there's Yuzu. So we're going to actually get to see what they can do here, and then we'll talk about their skills. This is all new to me. This is new to you guys. Because like these characters, they seem pretty interesting. The first one, she literally has like a railgun, and the other has a grenade launcher. So we're gonna go ahead and see their skills and see what they can do. Because kind of exciting, right? I mean, like, they're just dropping characters off in the story like that. So let's see. Okay, so it's a round shaped area, kind of like Chise. She just launches her grenade launcher. Oh, that's pretty sick. Pretty decent damage. Alright, let's see what this air gun can do. Not air gun, rail gun can do. Alright. Perfect. Oh, wow. Jesus. Let's see what I got. Oh, my. Okay. So, yeah, Aru and Yuzu seem like some pretty decent units. I want to keep kind of using their skills here. So you can't really target the AoE where you want it. It's based off of an enemy, kind of like Aru. But that's okay. But yeah, so those are those two units. So let's go ahead and talk about their skills and see what else they have going on in their passives and stuff, because I did see some buffs that they had going on. Okay, so first unit up is going to be Alice. She's going to be a mystic damage dealer, which is really nice. At least we get to see another mystic damage dealer. She's going to be using a gigantic railgun looking Spartan laser weapon. And so let's see, let's talk about her warfare. So she's going to be a B in urban, she's going to be a D in field, and she's going to be a S in indoor. So we get more indoor units. I know we don't have too many that are that crazy for whenever the meta becomes something for indoor units, right? Her defense type is going to be special armor. On her stats, obviously she's going to have really high attack, right? Why not? She has a freaking railgun. And then her crit rate is actually pretty high, considering she has a gigantic weapon. Crit damage is still the same. And then her accuracy is like okay. So there's a chance that her EX skill is going to miss Tsubaki. So think about that. But let's talk about her skills. So at level 1, deal 311% damage against enemies within a straight line, which becomes more powerful by 1.5 to 2 times for each stack of energy. So that's crazy. So she, I guess, has her own stacks of energy that she gets, but you can, and this goes all the way up to 591% damage. So she can eventually start doing 622% damage with this, or like, what would it be? 460 something. That's kind of nice. Got to see what this energy is, the stats are. But level 1, every 25 seconds, she increases her crit rate by 17% for 20 seconds and adds 1 stack of energy up to a maximum of 2. Oh crap. Okay, so that's how. So you want to do. So after she's been on the field, at least you want her to get this stack. So you kind of want to wait to use her skill. So she's definitely seems to be heavily PvE to kind of save her attack to do a high amount of damage. But this increase of crit rate, that's, and at least they're giving us a nice percentage, right? So increasing it by 17%, I don't know how much her crit rate is at already, but this seems really nice. And it goes all the way up to 32% doesn't do anything extra, but it goes all the way to 32%. That's not bad. That's a pretty good normal skill, like increasing crit rate like that. See, passive skill increase her attack, which is really good. She has high attack, so this is a really helpful skill right here. And sub skill, when using her EX skill, she increases her crit rate by 12% for 20 seconds, which becomes more powerful by 1.5 to 2 times for each stack of energy. Whoa. So she's gonna crit like regardless. This is crazy. It goes all the way up to 22%. Okay, so wow. So like, yeah, so you can get a stack for every 25 seconds. You get a stack, and then hopefully if you just hold on to it, you can get a maximum of 2 stacks, and you're over here getting anywhere from 18 to 24% crit rate here, and then you're getting 17 here. I mean, Jesus, she's probably gonna be sitting at like 50% crit rate. My God, that's insane. And then you can make her ability here does a high amount of damage and hits in a straight line. It doesn't decrease like Haruna. It just basically take out a whole line of enemies. If there's ever a time where we have like a raid for mystic damage dealers where there's a bunch of units, I mean, this is insane. Yeah, I'm surprised. That's a lot of crit rate. Okay, so Alice, you seem like to be a pretty good unit. You seem like to be a really strong unit. But let's go ahead and talk about you. Jesus, that's a lot. Okay, so let's talk about Yuzu. She's going to be a grenade launcher user from Millennium. And she's going to be a S in urban. She's going to be a B in field. And she's going to be a D in indoor. She's going to be a middle unit. She's going to be a penetration this time. And her defense type is going to be special. So not too many weaknesses there. Her attack is going to be actually pretty decent too, with her being a grenade launcher user. She's basically going to be a 3-star, I guess you could say Chisei, but she's going to be actually in penetration doing AoE damage. So hopefully whenever we get her, that'll be really good. She'd be awesome for this raid right now, right? With her having some AoE on her. Let's go ahead and talk about her skills. So when using her EX skill or normal skill, her crit, that's her sub skill. So dealing 312% damage to enemies within a round shaped area. So it's going to be very similar to Chisei, except it's not going to deal anything with burn. It's just going to be straight just AoE damage. When I was using her, I did have an issue with trying to target where I wanted freely. It seemed like it was off of an enemy doing an AoE shaped area, kind of similar to Aru. But this damage can see all the way up to 594% damage. And then on her normal skill, every 25 seconds, she's going to deal 140% damage to enemies with the highest attack within a round shaped area. Now, this is really good for PvP, because you can start targeting some of those Shuns, Harunas, who else? Ioris, all those snipers, you can target them when they have low health. So hopefully if you have her attack high enough up and she crits or anything like that, she can do a high amount of damage to mess up the AI for Serena to not heal the Tsubaki, anybody else, and hopefully she can target the high damage dealers. So this seems really, really good for PvP, and it's doing a round trip area. So if another unit is sitting next to them, you could do damage to 2 units. So I would suggest definitely leveling up this and making sure you can do high amounts of damage to those pesky snipers. You won't hit Shun because she's usually all the way in the back, but normally like Iori, Shun, Iori, Aru, and Haruna kind of sit in the same spot usually when I'm doing PvP. Passive skill increases her crit damage. This is really good. Awesome. I could tell you guys, crit is very important. Crit rate or crit damage. This helps your damage dealers out. Now, sub skill, I kind of read that, but when using her EX skill or normal skill, her crit damage is increased by 22%. So whenever she's doing this damage, she's going to hit harder, right? So she already has crit damage here for 14%. Now she's getting another 22%. So you're doing 36% extra damage on a crit. So now you want to make sure you bring a special unit who can increase the crit rate for your units, because you want to make sure that she is critting, and in PvP she can smack somebody up. So no, this is a pretty good unit, I would say, especially one that can target high attack units. I didn't think we really had team people who did this, but it's nice to see that we have somebody who can target specific units, especially when we're working with an AI, right? But no, this is very exciting. Well, guys, that's pretty much all I have for you. Just wanted to kind of let you guys know of these 2 units that we could possibly get in the future on the next upcoming banners. They seem like really good units. With Alex being a mystic damage dealer and Yuzu being a piercing unit, they seem like they bring something interesting to the table, both of them. And hopefully we get them. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. You lucky gamers, have a good one. Lucky Lux out.